That was the wrong button. Well, good evening and welcome to the Silver Gauntlets. Today we will have our first live qualifier of the upcoming Triforce Blitz Season 3 main tournament restreamed, and I think it's going to be an absolute blast. With me in the commentary booth, we have Baseball, Benjy, and NewITGuy. How are you guys doing? Are you as excited as I am?
Love Triforce Blitz. It's my favorite game mode, and somehow it did not come up to me that there was a tournament due soon, and the first qualifier was today up until about yesterday. So this has been a nice surprise for me.
Yep. Triforce Blitz definitely a very different game mode than the normal Ocarina of Time Randomizer we're seeing.
I'm gonna start the race real quick, sorry.
All good.
I'm in charge, you know? There's a lot happening.
Yeah, wearing multiple hats at the same time. When the race kicks off for real, we'll probably just give a brief refresher of how everything works, because as HollowLogic mentioned, it is not like normal randomizer, and is it the better for it? That's a matter of debate. It's testing slightly different skills. Obviously, you're still going to want to execute well. You're still going to want to read logic well, but it's the big grand finale with everyone rushing up the tower to kill the big pig. You're not going to see that. We are underway here, by the way, and starting with the Forest Medallion for free means that we get a free song, and it's nice to see that it's Zelda's Lullaby as well. So the way Triforce Blitz works is, rather than going and defeating Ganon, there are 3 Triforce pieces, as you know: Wisdom, Power, and Courage. They've been scattered throughout the dungeons of Hyrule. You need to find the 3 pieces as quickly as you can. Whoever finds the most pieces the fastest wins. For the qualifiers, as long as you find a piece, you're in one of the 3 qualifiers, you're able to go into the tournament. How you might find it: you don't get path hints in the old-fashioned sense. They will kind of suggest that this item is on the path to X locate. This location is on the path to this Triforce piece, and it means that there is an item in that location that is logically required to gain that piece. So it's like path hints in that sense, but it has to be a kind of a lone copy of an item. So if you need a bomb bag to get power, for example, but there's multiple bomb bags available, well, a bomb bag's not actually on the path count, and so you've got to try and constantly adjust. It really rewards your reading and breaking of logic.
Yeah, and having 2 2-step Triforce pieces, we're probably going to find those very quickly.
Interesting to see that everyone has done exactly the same thing on Restream. Go and get your free song, check your path counts, and then we'll go and get another free song. Picked up the Song of Time, which is going to make routing the graveyard a little bit easier, because you can go straight through from Dampe into the windmill. 2 to 12, so likely locations for 2s, pretty dungeons that are not necessarily going to be that deep in logic, so maybe inside Ganon's castle, which is open after 1 extra dungeon reward in this. Maybe a Dodongo's Cavern, a forest temple, something. With a 12, you're looking pretty deep, so potentially something like Shadow Temple.
Shadow or Spirit is usually a 12.
Yeah, Spirit can be pretty much any number, which makes it one of the more interesting and frustrating dungeons in Triforce Blitz.
Yeah.
As always, I guess, with Spirit.
Deep Spirit can even be, depending on how deep you need to go, it can be a 0, and it can, as you mentioned, it can be way up in double figures.
Yep.
So it doesn't necessarily give you the most info. Shannon points out that every dungeon is 2 minimum, so there's nowhere that you can immediately rule out and rule off. Hollow, as is their want, is a known Dampe skipper, so they've gone into Kakariko.
Yeah, I think that skipping Dampe, especially in a fast game mode like this, has even more relevance. I personally would skip it, but I'm also bad at Dampe race, so that's part of it. But that's like a whole minute of your 2 hours that you're spending doing this.
Well, you'd miss out on your emotional support fish.
You know what? You're right. What would we do without fish and the fire arrows?
I mean, it's also bottle. And bottles, I mean, could be important.
Yeah, bottles are nice. You know, we could get like a Path Ice Cavern or whatever, and we have ZL. So, you know, we could go there if we wanted. Probably not going to see that immediately. Probably we'll see some people go River. OOT is Bolero. Also, it's really nice that they're actually all just doing the same thing right now because Triforce Blitz is kind of overwhelming to watch. So I actually, like, right now know everything that they've seen, which is rare for me. So
Yeah, we've got
Yay.
a good little snapshot of runners. Jax and Hollow are kind of Triforce Blitz veterans at this point. It's a game mode they very much enjoy playing. Cola is one of the best players in any game mode, so always good to see them. And BruZZler is another player who is a very canny operator, although I will point out that I did manage to beat him just the once in last year's Triforce Blitz Tournament. So thanks for putting that on restream so I could get that out there. Appreciate you, Sky.
Let's go, Benji. Yeah, Jax and Hollow are also co-op partners in this year's co-op tournament, and their team Try Failing Better, which is shortened to Team TFB. So here they are, Team TFB on restream.
Just from Rufio, which
Yeah, completely dead.
completely irrelevant.
That's your DMT path, probably. Hookshot on top of DC. Forest Temple, anyone?
Feels likely, doesn't it?
Yeah. Forest is one of those low path counts usually, unless, you know, something like Saria's or Minuet is on OOT, but that's not the case today, so... Yeah, it does smell hook-locked, indeed.
The way the paths work in this is that they prioritize dungeons over overworld locations. So if you're getting a path to an overworld location, it means that if you need to go and dip into a dungeon for an item, that will also be hinted at least out there somewhere.
Yeah, so the other things on the Wisdom and Power path are not in dungeons. Well, they might be, but they will be hinted if they are in dungeons. And there'll only be like one thing. Does that make sense? Triforce Blitz is confusing.
You'll
Just
pick it up as you go along. Yeah.
Exactly. No one is going River. I feel cheated a little bit right now. River is especially strong in Triforce Blitz because of all the hints, because it is a hint-based game mode.
Yep.
Great question. Hollow, I guess, is going to Lake.
There's 3 hints there.
3 hints, and importantly, we've had it hinted path. Often there will be quite a lot of overlap between paths, so maybe he's thinking if there's a good chance that the 2s are in the same place. So if they overlap, I can pick up my second path item, and this will make it abundantly clear precisely where I'm supposed to be going.
Yeah, Hollow is making it hard for all of us. That's true. Sorry, my throat today. Also with that hook shot, we have free Scarecrow, so Hollow can actually do a bunch of checks in Lake. I forgot that free Scarecrow was on. So this play actually works out well.
So with Triforce Blitz,
by the way.
I don't like that. There are certain quirks of the path hints that continue. You will never have Zelda's Lullaby hinted. You will also never get a hint like that. So 20 skulls, because it's directly hinted, you also won't get that on a path.
Yep. Yeah, so if we get a Kakariko path, it won't be for that mirror shield. We just saw Market to Courage. Again, it's really nice to have an overworld hint. Tells us a lot about the location of the items. So that will be helpful as we get more information.
With the 20 skulls hint, because Triforce Blitz has a hard 2-hour time limit, so...
I thought they were 2.5.
2 hours, so as long
It's
as you're finished, as long as you've got a piece within that time, you're done. In certain races, if no one gets a piece by the 2 hours, you play for sudden death. With the Quals last year, you could just keep playing, and as long as you got a piece, you were in. That's a bow in River. That's nice to have.
That is nice.
Not in Logic yet, but very nice.
Yeah, anyone who finds a Triforce piece in at least one qualifier is qualified to join the tournament. So even if that's after 2 hours, if you find your first piece after that, that's fine. You can still play. So yeah, but it is limited to 2 hours, which makes it really nice for volunteers and viewers alike.
That is a bomb bag on
Where was the bomb bag?
the lake, the top of the lab.
So
Shadow the courage. Sorry.
Bomb
bag.
bomb bag to a hook shot. Well, we've already got a hook shot for free. So that strongly suggests that we are going to need to either cross the bridge, and that's our only logical access to do that, or we're going into forest, or we're going into water temple maybe.
Yep, we're gonna need the long shot, I guess.
But the long shot will be needed somehow. We've also got a DC to courage, which is great for Hollow, because that's precisely where Hollow's going to go now, having got that bomb bag. You could say, okay, hook to bomb bag, that's 2 right there. Bang, we could be seeing a piece or 2 in Dodongo's cabin, in which case I very much regret not being in this qualifier, because I could have got 2 and left, as opposed to the what was it, 5-hour epic I had last time. No thanks, whichever emulator it was I used.
Yeah, so Hollow's aggressive play is really working out. Again, this is why River is such a good play, because you get all these hints. Well, you know, we know the information. It's just so great. Yeah, Hollow is gonna hopefully find a piece here, if not, possibly the long shot. But we'll see.
So because Hollow hasn't been River, they don't necessarily know that there's a path item in Dodongo's cavern, so they could very well see Triforce pieces early and leave. Love the choice of models from BruZZler. Someone's been playing DK64randomizer.com.
Okay. Yeah, Hollow is gonna get rewarded in some way or another here, either with long shot, some other path item, or perhaps 1 or 2 Triforce pieces. So that's very cool for him. Is that Crater to Courage? Do we see that?
Yeah. Oh, Crater to Courage?
Yes, thank you, Virgil.
Yep.
Virgil confirming.
Fountain Foolish as well.
Classic.
One of those nice things, because while we've got a bottle now, so we could King's Aura skip. It's legal in these settings. It's not necessarily a play that you want to be committing to, because it's a bit out of the way, especially without a scale.
Yeah, at this point, especially with Market hinted, you're kind of waiting for an Ice Cavern path to go there. So we're just gonna sort of leave it behind. Oh, Water Temple Foolish with a long shot on the path?
So
I'm screaming GTG.
Yeah,
Wow,
opponent's going to be quite deep in logic, is my
locked.
guess.
That's crazy. Burning Cack is Minuet. Did we get Sarias?
We haven't seen it yet.
Okay. That could be interesting. That could be why that path count for Courage is so high. I haven't seen the med layout, but Jabu Foolish. This is a Triforce Blitz Seed. But having to get those 3 medallions to get into Forest Temple could be important. Hookshot leads to a Megaton Hammer. Hammer's on the path.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So that's
indeed.
suggesting that you head towards Fire Temple, probably.
Yeah. Oh, our first
because
wallet hint.
Yeah, in Fire Temple, and it's foolish. So,
the wallet is foolish in Fire Temple.
But in order to get a foolish hinted wallet, there'd have to be, I guess, a Goron tunic out there first.
Yes. And it'll be interesting if we find a Goron tunic on the hat. Yeah.
I was making sure that bomb bag was in fact said path.
So this is the new thing for Triforce Blitz. One of the new things for Triforce Blitz Season 3. Temple of Time on Path to Courage.
It can't be ZL. It has to be the item. This is crazy.
Gross.
Oh my god. Disgusting path.
So that's why. We've worked out why we need the long shot. We need the long shot to beat Water Temple, even though Water Temple is itself foolish. I was going to say before, another big chest. Jesus. This could be our first piece right about now.
Oh, irons in DC. That's path.
Hey.
Hey!
Oh, yes.
So Triforce Blitz S3 introduced the new shop market hints. So in Child Market, the two shops, the Potion Shop and the Bazaar, they you can buy hints for various different prices, and that changes a little bit how you might want to play the seed. Some of the items are cheap, so the wallet hint is free, so you can get that at any time, or you might have to grind a little bit to get a hint for a bomb bag or strength 1. Items that may be a little bit will get you kind of further a bit later in seed, so a hook shot or strength 2, they cost a little bit more, so often you might find the wallet, you might buy a wallet hint, so you could say, okay, if I need be, this I can get a wallet so that I can buy the extra hints. How players prioritize those is, I think, still a little bit in development. Some players really value the early information. For other players, it's I'm completely lost. I'm just going to buy the hint because I'm never doing the Ocarina minigame, and that's like, so I'm just going to buy the hint and say, okay, you know what, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely inspired by Ela's antics. Ela, the father of the settings and father of a child as well.
Coda, that's big stabby. I'd take that.
Ooh, here's another one.
Oh, nice.
Lord Paperweight.
Yeah, iron's definitely looking like a path item in DC. DC was path to courage, and we need to beat water for courage, so that makes sense. Kind of unfortunate, but that's how it goes.
So interestingly,
no, go ahead.
We had Lake Hylia path to wisdom, which we know is the bomb bag. But the path piece we found was power. What this tells you is that you're probably not if an item can appear on multiple paths, it'll only be hinted for one of them. So you won't also get a Lake Hylia path to power for the same bomb bag. That bomb bag is the path, and it also suggests that hookshot to bomb bag is definitely the path for the wisdom piece as well. Although how precisely that plays out, we don't know. Colossus is on path as well.
Interesting.
Spirit Temple intensifying.
Did Cola dip out of Spirit Temple to get the song?
I did not see. It doesn't look like it based on the tracker, but I could be wrong. Let me look at the notes. He did not. Okay. Yeah, so we don't know yet. Cola also doesn't have bombs, so can't check the ferry either for us.
I would strongly suspect that maybe we see Saria's song here. This would get you. This would be your logical access to Forest Temple, so you can go and beat that, and then collect the 2 medallions for the light arrow cutscenes to get the path item there. Pieces can be anywhere in dungeons.
Yeah, in dungeons on checks, so not on skulls.
No, Triforce Blitz Season 2.5, aka Jabu's Revenge. Put pieces on dungeon skulls for a little bit of a twist, but that is not the standard game mode. It's back to pieces in gilded chests. Heck, that Goron in particular.
Good job, Hollow. Getting a heart piece. Great.
Just a little bit of love.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Nope, after you.
The interesting thing about the unlock hint with the hammer, fire is our fire medallion, so this really could be pointing to Burning Cack to get access to Forest, especially because we just got Epona's out at Requiem instead of Saria's. So I personally would be really wanting to see what's on the Minuet song check. Because if that's Saria's, well, there's a lot of stuff that we don't actually need to do.
So far, we got the only wisdom hint that we're going to get, which is Lake to Wisdom, which we know is the bomb bag. So, given that there's another piece locked behind just hookshot and thus bomb bag, you're kind of thinking, okay, what would be unlocked by just a bomb bag? Maybe it could be that there's multiple bows, for example, and so the piece is also bow locked, but because the two bows are equally locked, and they're you can get them mutually exclusive with one another. It could be like that, for example, or it could just be that the only dungeon you can logically beat to get inside Ganon's castle is to Dongo's Cavern.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You could another
Nice
slingshot.
slingshot. Okay. Cool. Jack's about to get their first Triforce piece here in Dodongo's Cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the other two runners make it over to DC. Neither of them have the bomb bag yet.
Yeah, right now, Shadow Trial and Water Trial are looking kind of spicy for that second Triforce piece. Actually, it can't be Shadow. Never mind. Water Trial is. No, it can be Shadow Trial.
Forest, water, could be Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Shadow Trial 1.
Shadow 1.
Be Shadow
Yeah, that's
Trial
what I
2,
was referring to.
Shadow Trial 2 is peak Triforce Blitz because there's so many weird logic requirements that can get you there.
Alright, so Hollow's here in Path DMC. We just got Serenade. So that's not it.
Nope.
So let's look at those grottos in the volcano. I don't know if Hollow already peeked the volcano.
The one I would be interested in is we know we need a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So potentially the hammer's there not actually for Fire Temple, but is it there to get the Colossus? The Crater Fairy even.
True, that could be, yeah. I think we have all of our path hints that we're gonna get now.
Yeah.
Am I right?
This is also a candidate for the second piece, or for the two-sphere piece.
Yeah. Let's see. It's a key here.
Yep.
Something you might notice about this room when Hollow went in is that there was no boss key guarding the door. Triforce Blitz is boss keysy, so the idea is that if you know that you need to beat a dungeon for the dungeon reward, but you don't want to have to crawl all the way through the dungeon just to find the boss key on the fucking highest Goron. Excuse my language. Because let's be honest, we know how it goes. It's keysy, so basically you can dip in, beat the boss, and dip out again. And to that end, shortcuts enabled in Forest. It's enabled in Jabu as well, and I think Ruto's on floor 1 to boot, just to make things a little bit nicer. Also, the gate clip in Shadow Temple is allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's new for Season 3. Not allowed in regular standard, but yes, you can clip through the gate in Shadow. Hopefully we'll get to see that from someone. Yeah, the key logic in Shadow is unchanged due to one door being locked, and then there's a key in the back of Shadow, so you don't get soft locked. But yes, Shadow is kind of exciting now. I like seeing people do the gate clip. It's fun.
It's an extra risk reward of, okay, I don't have to slog all the way through Shadow, and I don't think there's a path item in there, so I'm just going to rush straight to the back, but actually, is that the right thing to do? I don't know.
So we will figure out if we're key locked out. Nope, we are not key locked out of fire yet.
I'm still not sure
Or
that
hammerlock.
I want to be digging particularly here in Hollow's case, and they're not going to.
He agrees. He's out.
I think in his position I'd do the same thing. I wouldn't be interested either. Tyler and BruZZler finally following up this lake hint.
Did we see Child Lake already?
No.
Okay.
And so we know that the path item here is bombs. That's confirmed by the fact that the piece was in Dodongo's cavern. Not necessarily bomb locked, because it could be strength locked. But the fact that it's a path item indicates that it probably is bomb locked. We've had a market path, but we've not seen what that is. My guess is that there would be a strength on bomb tube bowling, thus hard locked by the bomb bag.
Yeah, I agree with that. We did get that shop hint for the strength that said it was in market. And I would also expect that it is on bomb tube bowling. I had another point and then I forgot it. Sorry. My brain is braining right now.
That's TFB for you. Hollow's gonna show us.
Hollow's gonna prove us right now.
It's on the
Not
other
this
one.
It's the other one.
And if it's
Also,
not on this one, it's on the other one.
Yeah,
It's
it's
on
on
the
the
other one.
third bomb tube bowling check. Okay.
So it's on.
Richard?
No, we saw Richard. Child
Yeah,
shooting.
okay. We saw child shooting. Big pose. Good shout, Shannick. I always forget. Big pogs.
Technically, it could be big pogs.
Yeah. I mean, we have a bow, not in logic.
We have a bow, which is now in logic because we've got a bomb
we have
bag.
bombs. We have
Yep.
bombs. Yeah. Okay.
We've got a Pona, which is available from the
We have a
Requiem,
bow.
and we even they laughed at the ESF, but no.
I did.
I nearly said when we picked it up, it's like, hey, I've seen path bottles before for big pose. It might not be a path bottle. It probably isn't a path bottle, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
bottles are nice items to have.
You're right. You're right.
I don't know if it's the best early game item, but it's a good one.
Okay, interesting. Jax just cleared out DMC, and I don't think we saw anything there. So Benjy, I believe you were right. I believe it's in the fairy fountain, the path item.
It does happen every now and again.
Yeah, yeah. GTG to courage. That's our last path hint. Because there's 10. Oh,
It's
hover
the
boots.
hover
Hi. Wow, that could... I don't think that's going to be path to power, but that is going to be helpful for Shadow Temple.
We know it's not the path to power because we've had the we've worked out that that's hookshot to bomb bag, but with a shadow path, hover boots are very much on the table.
Yes. Yes.
Shadow path also confirms that we're going to have Din's fire somewhere along the way because you literally cannot get into shadow without it. Fire arrow entry is not legal in these settings.
Yes. I think the DMT hint was a repeat of an unlock. I don't know if anyone else saw it.
The one at the top of the trail was the hookshot to Megaton hammer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
it was a repeat.
Have we explained unlock hints?
I don't think so.
So the idea of the unlock hits is they give you a better idea of specifically what items you should be looking for in on each path, and how that can direct you for where you want to be looking. So there we have a hookshot unlocks the hammer, so you know that that there is a hookshot. Both items are on the path, so hookshot is on the path, and hammer is also on the path, and you cannot get that hammer without getting a hookshot. We've also had a bomb bag to hookshot on the path, but because we know the first bomb bag was locked by the hookshot, that tells you that there's also another hookshot on the path.
Yeah, and any items that are hinted on an unlock hint are on a path, at least one path. So because we got hookshot unlocks hammer, the hammer is on the path somewhere. And which is how Benjy deduced that was probably what we needed for DMC, and that's where the DMC item is.
Hookshot leads to
unlocks Din's fire. Well, there you go. Another example. We knew Din's was on the path already, but if we didn't, that would have told us that. So
that's a good potential candidate to be the item in Temple of Time on the light arrow cutscene, because that would require you having not one but two hookshots. in order to beat Water Temple.
It would also put that strength on the path also for market.
Yeah, we've and because that was hinted path, that tells you okay that we actually 100% definitely need that. The path items can have three potential. Nehru. Three potential things they can tell you. It'll say path, which is great, means you the game expects you that you need not just that item but that copy of that item in order to beat the seed. Sometimes you can logic break in certain cases, but there are other times that you can't. The bomb bag, for example, is an item that, depending on where it is in logic, often you might not necessarily see runners pick up because you can just use bomb chews if you get them, now in their own specific chest texture.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it yet, but we do have a very cute bomb chew texture. Thank you, Ela. I think that SGL settings this year are also implementing that, so that's exciting.
Gaming.
Jax doing what I would do as well, checking that minuet song, which I think is very smart. Sort of give you an idea, is this pointing me to Burning Cack? Oh, hi, Magic.
That's a good find.
Okay.
You might potentially see a Lost Woods path. If you do, it's almost certainly for that. We know that we will need magic to get into Forest Temple. Temple? Shadow Temple, even. I can look at, say, different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was with you, you know?
So you might think, okay, we need magic to get into Shadow Temple. Magic's on the path. Not necessarily the case, because the other magic could be sitting on the Ocarina game, for example, in which case neither of those magics looks the other, and so it's not on the path. There's the bomb chew chest texture.
Yeah, they're very cute. They're in little chests, but with yellow borders. They're so cute.
Chew eyes on them.
Yeah, it's adorable. They used to be blue. I was there for production, but now they're yellow.
I would like blue.
You know, yeah, it was a little dark, unfortunately.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, they're very cute, and so you don't get baited by bomb chews anymore. So, yay.
Yeah, bomb chews in Season 2 were in big chests, and there was debate about whether or not this was good, because bomb chews can be huge when seeds have a lot shorter length. Often getting an actual bomb bag is a lot less required, so you can do a lot with chews. And so it was definitely still worth opening them. That's Storms.
Storms! Okay.
Sarius is running out of places to be. There's Trail to Power again, which we know is the hookshot.
Ice Cavern?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to work out where it can be.
Left?
Ice.
Yeah, I think it is just ice essentially at this point.
I think it has to be, right? Bolero's AD.
Where's Prelude?
Prelude was on Storms.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's an ice.
Yeah, it's an ice.
And ice is not hinted.
We're not going there.
We're not going there.
I will just say this now. We're not going there.
No, we're not. With all these overworld hints. Nah,
correct.
Sorry.
With the overworld hints, it means that you know that if an item, you need something in a dungeon, whether that be an item or, for example, the Song in Ice Cavern, that will definitely be hinted. The more hints you see, the longer it goes without that coming up, the less likely it is that you'll need that.
Mm-hmm.
Megaton Hammer is needed to get Minuet logically. Hammer is path. Hammer is also path for the item in DMC. So... because we haven't found anything there.
I'm just trying to work out what we think could be in Shadow Temple as well, because my feeling is that Shadow's probably like at the end of the path or towards the end of the path.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important to think about what's at the end of the path, so you can think about, okay, what does that leave for where my Triforce piece is?
It's lens in shadow, so that you can get the strength from the treasure chest game. Haha.
That's disgusting.
I'm not sure
Why
I
don't you
believe
keep
that.
those comments to yourself?
No, that's the joy of Triforce Blitz is figuring out the
Right.
possibilities and doing the quick math.
Yep. I'm surprised we haven't seen an IGC dip yet.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
same.
mean, you had that early medallion for that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised not to see Den's Fire in IGC or the second Triforce piece.
I would expect the second Triforce piece in there.
Yeah, Din's Fire I'm less set on just because we haven't had an inside Ganon's Castle path.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, wet
Oh.
t-shirt.
Gross. Forest is path? Great. Thanks.
And
Control pillar.
Hopefully there's
Sorry.
something else.
thankfully we know Water Temple's foolish,
Yeah.
and it's also
It's
as we
fun.
mentioned, boss keysy. So literally, you go into water. You don't even need to change the level. You
Yeah.
beat Morpher. You get out again.
Yeah, good news. Thank you, Water Temple Foolish Hint.
And any
Uh.
seed where you don't have to go into, where you can spend as little time as possible as water is good. You don't need to
Yes.
worry about water key logic because boss keysy.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, BruZZler is doing big pose. Oh, thanks, BruZZler. Let's see it.
Wander a bow in river that could be for forest. There it is. It's
Great.
big pogs.
Got it. Nice. Okay.
My guess would be that Shadow Temple has a second strength.
Peace and Spirit? Or GTG?
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhere that side of the map.
Yeah. I like that.
This also, as Virgil points out, it explains the Colossus path. It's definitely for Epona, because logically you cannot get catch a big Poe without getting on your horse. There's a 40% chance that a big Poe can spawn in that location rather than just a regular Poe, but yes, logically you do need opponents for that, so I can successfully add that to the path.
Yeah, and there's more than one bow available. So bow is on the path, but not counted on the path. So,
Mhm.
Hello, Zavi and Raiders.
welcome, Raiders. Welcome to the first Triforce Blitz qualifier. If you've already played Qual 1, please no spoilers. But thank you for being here. Yeah, it's our champion of Season 7, Zavi. Welcome.
True.
Yeah.
I had forgotten about that.
Hollow, Hollow's a great Triforce Blitz player. Look, going in to Ganon's castle for us.
I'm a little
Thank you,
surprised
Hollow.
that Hollow hasn't been here already.
I know.
Something that so Hollow is a player who is huge on kind of a huge conviction player. Once they think they've kind of unraveled the logic in the seed, bang, they're gone. There's no second guessing, and it doesn't always pan out, but when it does, it pans out beautifully. There's our
Hello,
second
long
hook
shot.
shot. That's the Forest Temple path. And it explains, so that is bomb locked because why is that bomb locked?
Because the first hook was bomb locked.
No, it wasn't.
No, hook led to bomb bags. It's probably
Oh.
it's probably all bows are bomb locked in some way, shape, or form. But they're all equally accessible.
But you don't need the bow for that.
Yeah, it must be
for-
forest access.
It's got to be forest access.
Right, because there's no need to climb
Yeah, that makes sense.
forest. Okay.
Ale and Spirit Trial 1? Okay.
Yeah, bomb bag to beat DC, so you can get minuet access. Yeah, that okay. I believe that.
What was on PG? I was looking away.
So Phantom Ganon had the long shot.
Long shot. Okay.
My guess
Yeah.
now is that actually it's going to be the hammer on Lax, directly getting from that second hook shot, which Jax is following now.
Yep. And it's spawn, so we're gonna be out of here really quick. God, this is such a good game mode.
I honestly love it. As someone who is terrible at execution generally,
Yeah.
I feel like I've got a pretty good reading on logic, and this is, I think, like people get different things from the randomizer. For some people, it's about just getting the game that you love so much and getting so many different ways of playing it. Other people, it's about fine tuning the technique, getting having that immaculate execution. For me, it's just like it's unraveling that nice logical spaghetti that it ties you in sometimes that I find really rewarding, and it's why I love TFB as a game mode. This chest, by the way, exists. I have definitely hard locked myself out of the seed because I did literally every check.
I always forget about it.
Facetiously, literally every check. And there was like, I don't get it. I've done every check, and that had a hook shot which just blew the whole seed wide open. So while you don't have to do Ganon, the validation chest, the kind of vanilla Ganon boss key chest is a thing. And as you see, it is a major item, or potentially our Triforce of Wisdom. Bye, Morpher.
Yeah. It's just so nice. Like, we're sitting here like, okay, we know the items on Lax. We don't have to watch Jax go through all of Water Temple to get keys, to find the boss key. It's like, nope, let's see Lax right now. Beat Morpho, let's go.
It's certainly one of the points, one of the kind of philosophies, I think, behind Ella putting this game mode together and fine-tuning some of the settings is that there are some seeds where, of course, it's the bazillionth slingshot, classic. Is that one of the most frustrating things sometimes in seeds is when you know precisely how everything's going to play out, where you need to go, what items you need, where they're going to be, but you still have to kind of slog through various checks to actually get there. And the idea of kind of things like shortcuts on boss Keezy, the kind of the stronger path hints is that you can dip into dungeons, get what you need, and then go out again. You don't have to slog through the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person who just puts the game down when I've solved the seed. So this is really perfect for me, because once I solved it, well, it's over. I've got the Triforce pieces, I'm done.
Yeah, and the other nice thing is that because it's only 2 hours maximum, that even if you've had a horrible time for 2 hours and you've got absolutely nothing, well, then you can just put it down and get on with your day.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
Ben's on Lax.
Jax is just on it right now.
Yeah, in terms of what we've seen on Restream, this is a good sized lead for Jax right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Hollow has seen all of the hints. So that could be why he's sort of not as far as Jax is. So
yeah, this is what Hollow. Okay, maybe Hollow thinks I've got a good idea of how the seed's playing out and where I need to go and what I need to do there, and so I don't need to pick up extra hints because that's time loss. But there are times when it backfires because you don't necessarily read the logic correctly. Although, given how well Hollow's done in tournaments, oh my word, Jax just about got away with that. Generally, their reading of the logic's pretty good.
Yeah, I think Hollow is now going to River. That's kind of what I was talking about. Skipped River earlier, doesn't know that Forest is Path, and so hasn't gone over there. We'll get the info now, but I think that Jax going there earlier. I think Jax went there. I don't know. There's 4 people, I can't keep up. Going earlier, balancing information versus clearing checks, I think is the biggest skill in this game mode.
I'm trying to work out good point from chat of where do we think the wisdom piece is, given that we know that bombs are the second and last step on the path. Please just be here, then so we can get straight out of shadow.
Nice. Strength.
Oh, strength 1.
No,
No, it should be strength 2 because we know the other strength is in market.
Yeah. So that's 2 strengths. On the path. Hello, GTG.
Yes.
GTG is path to courage.
Maybe that's where the elusive hammer is. And then
Oh god.
Strength block 2 in GTG.
Does Jax not know about something?
Jax, I don't know if they bought the strength 1 hint. We know we got the hint that Bo is Wanderer, so that means that there's multiple. When something's hinted Wanderer, there you go.
Oh, there it
thanks,
is.
Cola. It means that there's multiple.
GG.
The seed the seed playthrough picked up a copy of that item, and the one it hints is the copy of that item it picked up. So you know that the seed picked up a bow for some reason. Given that the item we needed in Forest was on Phantom Ganon, which you don't need a bow for, why has it picked up a bow? Well, because you do need a bow to shoot the bow target, but you didn't necessarily need that bow, which is why it's only hinted Wanderer, and there's your second piece. So Bomb Bag somehow locks all your bows, either because it's your river access, or
Gross.
there's the first bow that's logically available, and the other bows might be a lot deeper in strength, deeper in logic, excuse me. But as long as they're not also bow locked, then technically they're not a path item because they are mutually exclusive. You can pick up one and not the other.
Hammer leads.
I would suggest that Jax probably does a little bit of money farming here to check out those hints.
Yeah, Jax probably will also do chew bowling. Knows that market is path, so it's gonna get money for that too. I don't know if it's smarter to buy hints first or not. I have no idea.
They picked up the bottle because they wanted to check the hints here, and while you're here, you can actually pick up some bugs, and you can sell those for money.
Have we had a hint for Mirror Shield?
Mirror Shield is on 20 skulls.
Mirror Shield's on 20, so it can't be on a path then, right?
It can't be hinted on a path. It could well be on a path, but it can't be hinted on a path. Yeah.
There is a very good chance that it's in Spirit.
Yeah.
Because that's I have a 12th path with it being in Spirit.
I'm just trying to work out the thing that I'm now holding on is what is the hammer for?
I know, what is in Death Mountain?
The hammer. Oh. Right, because then that.
Yeah, I understand that we need
3?
fire for Minuet, but I don't know what we need from DMC.
DMC for strength 3 for light trying?
That's, I think, is a decent shout. Light Tron is one of those places that you don't necessarily see too often in, I nearly called it vanilla, not vanilla, in kind of like traditional standard randomizer.
Yeah.
But, Cola, you're not going to find anything here, my friend.
But that would be opponents 2 hookshots, bombs, hovers, irons, magic, 3 strengths, a hammer, and dens. Puts 12 for light trial.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know that magic is on the path because we've not had that hinted, and there could well be another magic out there.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe not magic, but
I like the way your maths works, or math, I guess.
Yeah, I think light trial.
Wonder or magic would be the only question there, because you still need to get into to shadow somehow.
I don't think we've seen the Colossus Fairy, Launchie.
We have not. When Cola went out there to get Epona, he did not have bombs. I don't know about the others. Maybe they thought, okay, Epona, that makes sense to me, so I'm not actually just going to bother checking it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out. Magic is available. I'm trying to work out if we need Requiem to get that Epona's, or whether you can cross logically. We don't. I think the only thing we're missing from that is Lens, and if Lens appears somewhere, then
Yes.
then that puts Requiem off the path.
Yeah, we have long shot and hovers, so we should be fine. Just need Lens.
When did Hollow get a shield? Because I know damn well they didn't buy one.
I think they found somewhere. Someone found it somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It was in a chest.
Okay.
Yeah, of course he didn't buy it.
I remember seeing someone buy a shield like 10 minutes in.
I mean,
don't think it was hollow, but
It would
It was
not.
someone else.
I tell you, it was not Hollow.
There's no way.
You could give Hollow 80 rupees and spawn him in the shop, and he would walk straight out of there.
well, I mean,
go ahead.
yeah, that's like 4 tries at Child Shooting Gallery. That's a lot of money.
No, we don't have Logical Forest access yet. Minuet is on Burning Cack. Saria's is out in Ice Cavern.
Mhm.
We don't have Rudos. We don't have Hammer.
We do not.
So we don't have access here. We don't have logical access to our long shot. Huh? What was? what happened?
So okay, so that messes up my logic here then, because Rudo's then has to be on the path.
To get Sarias out of Ice Cavern.
Yeah. And Saria's has to be on. Well, Deku. Fire. Oh no, Fire and DC.
Yeah, we know. So we know the hammer is locked behind the long shot because of the unlock hints, and we know that long shot is
Alright.
is either locked by Minuet, which means that you would need the hammer, so that doesn't make sense. So Sarias has to be there first.
Right.
So logically you will need Sarias, which would put Ruto on the path somewhere. Maybe in GTG.
Alright, so
Maybe right here. Nah, just the hammer.
Okay. Ruto's in what do you call it?
DMC.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
My God.
But this is why I like TFB, because we thought we knew it about this. We thought we knew the seed, but
Yeah,
we kind of,
exactly.
and we sort of had the general reading, but actually it didn't quite play out how we thought. Deku's foolish as well.
Foolish.
Nice. There are 4 foolish hints in the game, or if you prefer to look at it another way, 3 foolish hints and Jabu.
And don't go into Jabu. Yeah. Yeah. We don't need Sarias. Like for our purposes. It's just for logic.
Yeah. Logically, you're not able to get.
The long shot without it.
Yes.
Did we get Rudos?
We've not seen it.
That's probably what's in DMC. Which means this could be Spirit now again.
Yeah, so I think that puts Spirit or Silver Block in GTG.
Yeah, as where it is.
I'm trying to work out if the long shot being there means that you can't logically cross. And my brain's in knots.
So I don't have Requiem on this path at all.
Yeah, I don't. My feeling is you can.
Cross with the Lens and a Magic or Requiem.
Yeah, you can. I think Requiem does have to be there. Because we think you need Sarias to get in there. If it's, all we need is someone to check the Crater Fairy to confirm that that's Ruto's there, in which case you can't get that without crossing into GTG, and you can't get into GTG without either Epona's or Longshot. But because you wouldn't be able to get the Longshot, you'd have to have Epona's, and in order to get Epona's, you would need Requiem.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the strength from Shadow Temple is the last item on the path.
Yep.
Have to be able to get long shot before GTG, otherwise Wisdom would be a 3-step.
Yeah, so can someone just go to Crater? Maybe someone who has the hammer? Cola? Cola's going. Okay, then our questions will be answered. Shannick is right. We need some way to get to GTG.
Well, I think Shanks, but it's not that you need some way, it's that we need both ways to prevent
Yes.
one of them from being on the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I guess technically you could go all the way. Okay, right. I see.
Mhm.
That's the sound of me dropping a penny. It's not an
Jax.
actual. It's not the penny literally dropping. It's just my fiddly things.
Jax got the bow hint. I'll get that from River. Strength 3. It is light trial. Okay.
Okay, well.
Cool. Great. So Ruto's somewhere.
That path doesn't add up then.
It does add up, just not the way we're looking at it.
Yeah. We're obviously just counting wrong. I mean, counting is hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Light trial
I
has
mean,
courage, basically.
GTG keys is pretty impossible, and that's 9, and they're asking us to count to 12. I mean,
I can't do that. You know? That's too hard.
hard.
Yeah, we got 3 strengths, and 3 path locations, and Ganon's castle was not hinted path. So, could there be something in OGC? I don't know. I'm not gonna count, but it's probably just in light trial.
Yeah. OGC we've not had a hint for,
Yeah.
and it's not a dungeon location, so it wouldn't get priority over other overworld locations.
Yeah, so if you want to count and see if something past the 3rd strength is needed to get to 12, then yeah, it's probably an OGC. But if it doesn't, then it's probably just in light trial. I'm not very good at counting today, so yeah.
What if it's the bottle?
Oh god. I hope not.
Jax is going to go and pick up their change to adult, and then I presume pick up their 2nd strength on Big Pose.
Yeah, did they buy the strength hint? I know they bought the bow hint.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay.
Although the fact that maybe they didn't, maybe they are going now to age change and to buy the hint. Or they're just checking Richard just in case.
Yeah, yeah. They're definitely thinking about market. So I'm sure they'll check it before too long.
Yeah, so there's there's a limited number of hint stones, so there's a limited number of hints that you can get. Assuming that you can have all your unlocks, all the unlock hints available, all the normal always hints available, there are 10 path hints. So we've seen 10, so that would be everything. So we are not, so that we are going to miss a couple of things.
BruZZler has the long shot, by the way, and is about to beat Morpha. I think that he also beat Forest. Just FYI.
Good point, Scarius. It could be in the back of Light Trial because Zelda's Lullaby can never be hinted path, even if it is on the path.
Thank you, trackers.
Love you.
Yeah, Schulzer's making a good point in chat. Hollow doesn't have magic. One of the strengths is magic locked. So normally I'd be like, well, just buy the magic hint. It's 200 rupees, and we need a wallet to do that. And the wallet hint told us it was in fire.
And who wants to go deep in fire just for a goddamn wallet?
Exactly, exactly.
By the way, BruZZler nailed the quick kill on Morpher as well.
Great job,
Kudos.
BruZZler. Hollow didn't have any money. Well, get some money, Hollow.
Is that because he was buying a shield?
You know, I was gonna say, you'd think he'd have money because he doesn't buy shields. So he really has no excuse. Jax is doing big pose, by the way.
This will get them their second strength, of which we know there's 3.
The third one is, right, DMC.
They can't get in there yet because they don't have the hammer. They do, however, have the hover boots. And it's been found in the last couple of months that you can get past the big rocks that guard that there with the hover boots with some crafty backwalking.
Is that allowed though?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's allowed.
Okay.
I know it's allowed in standard, so I assume it's allowed here, given that our general vibes approach is, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, Elo would not do something like that.
I've never seen it done in standard, so I know
I
going
haven't
to the
seen it done either, to be fair.
I have seen it done, and I don't think it was anything, but it was cool to see it. We're halfway through, by the way. Happy 1 hour. Shout out to all of our runners, Jax, Hollow, Cola, and BruZZler, Baseball, and NewITGuy alongside me in the booth, and our wonderful trackers who are Bronze Noob, Blue Roses, Shanok, and Skyreas, who is also doubling as our read streamer.
Yeah, TFB is a lot of info, a lot of stuff to keep track of. So thank you, trackers, for keeping everything straight for us. Appreciate it. I don't know where Jax is going.
Jax has the 3rd strength, right?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Are they going to ice?
No, they need to get into DMC Ferry. Somehow. And they need to go to GTG and get the piece. And get the hammer. They don't need the hammer. We know there's a glitch thing, but...
There's wisdom for Hollow. Pause on that for a second. Like, okay then?
Yeah, if the only GTG hint we've seen is in Valley, I don't think they've been to Valley.
I doubt it. It's not hugely appealing in TFB.
Yeah, we just got our first finisher. Zinedine finished in 1 hour, 1 minute, 31 seconds.
Nice, GG Zinny.
GG's. Yeah, great job. So we know that it's somewhere. I imagine it's in Light Trial. If Zinedine comes in, we won't ask him, of course.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
No, we'll leave the puzzle open.
Yeah. Oh wow, Mido has a like score reporting thing. It's awesome being a TFB org. Can I just say, Fennel does everything with the Mido's house thing. So thank you, Fennel.
I don't want to give. It's nice that we can give Fennel credit, so I don't have to give Mido credit.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy.
Yeah, Fennel's the goat. It's clear. We all know this.
Is Jax going this way to get into DMC quickly?
Possibly.
I don't know, that would be good. Better than going to ice.
Although that wouldn't explain why they left the woods and then went back in.
They are going over here.
You don't need the hammer, you've got the hover boots.
Yeah, I don't know if Jax knows the trick. I kind of hope they do so I get to see it, but we'll see.
Oh, they might just be hint hunting here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they've seen the GTG hint. I don't think we've seen the second copy, so
We
maybe
have
it is
not.
here. Yeah. That would be really good for them to get that hint right now. BruZZler
Getting their second
getting
piece.
this piece. Nice. GG's BruZZler. Yeah, it just...
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
Oh,
Is this...
the trick doesn't come up very often?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, I know. Look at us.
We're so in sync. We finished each other's...
Sentences? Yeah,
Sure.
it was sentences. Okay, Jax is just like, it is GTG. Doesn't matter that I don't have a hint. So that's good.
So for this to be GTG for the second one, that means that both Lynn's Magics and Requiem have to be equally available, right?
Not necessarily both magics. But as long as you have a reversing kit and Requiem to get opponents, then
we know
a
the Bow's
reversing,
a
a forwards kit.
Wanderer.
Oh, Jax got spooked and decided against it.
Dang.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going now. I guess we'll see. Yeah, like Shannick is saying, we need these things to cancel out because Wisdom is in GTG, and so getting to GTG isn't included in the count, so we need some way for those two to be equally available.
And the Bows are Wanderers, so...
Yep. Which means that the ways to GTG also have to be Wanderer, basically.
I wonder if Jax is going to try the hover boot skip here.
Hope so.
And
That'd be
then
really fun.
they'll get strength 3. Probably as soon as you get strength 3, you rush to light trial, you do that. And then Jax might end up actually picking up their wisdom piece last. You do not need to pick up the pieces in any particular order.
Yeah, luckily GTG, well, usually it's one of those places you just sort of stumble into, especially in like regular standard races. In Triforce Blitz, it's a little bit harder to just blindly go places because, you know, all the dungeons that are path are going to be hinted. So if you don't have a path to a dungeon, you're like, well, I'm not going there. So missing a hint is actually kind of bad right now. So I don't know. Hopefully they just blindly go there, but we'll see.
I think various runners across various formats have bemoaned the idea that why bother reading the seed when you can just rush GTG.
Yeah.
Here's the hover boot
Rush
setup.
GTG with nothing. Oh, yes, they're doing it! Oh, I'm so excited. You got this, Jax. The rest of our runners looks like they're gonna get the hammer. So not doing it nearly as cool as Jax is doing it. Hard with the heat timer. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah. They're gonna go out, pick up a bit more health and do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no heart textures in Triforce Blitz. So everybody is at low health.
Yeah, it's been turned off for season 3. It was in the settings for season 2.
Yeah, there was a vote on it before season 3 started, and it was voted against, so we don't have it on.
Sad.
Yeah, I personally would turn it on, but I like having more health, so, you know.
Yeah.
But I didn't vote, it's fine.
But then I'm the sort of person who would open every chest anyway, just because I like knowing what's in them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a casual player, so I just like to have fun. DMT Storms was the second bomb bag? That makes sense. Thank you, Virgil. Storms was on Minuet.
I think Jax has decided that they are not comfortable doing this hover boot skip.
Yeah, that's fair, especially with no tunic. It's just kind of frustrating. You have to keep getting health, so yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll go to Ganon's Castle. Hopefully they just go to GTG, but yeah, Ganon's Castle. This is the right play. You know, there's a 2 count piece outstanding for Jax, so Ganon's is a good shout. It's not the right answer without strength 3, but you know.
Jax does have an advantage over the others because they do have the magic from the Lost Woods, which the others have not stumbled across yet, and we know it's not
no one
hinted.
else has it. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, all these Lost Woods skippers. They're like, Ocarina minigame? What if I skip the whole area? And they did.
I mean, there is somewhat of a philosophy sometimes of don't necessarily skip checks, skip areas, because it sucks when you've got 4 or 5 checks left, but they're all on completely opposite areas of the map. Whereas if you just say, I'm just not going to bother doing the checks in this area, then when you're looking for places to go, you can be like, well, I've not done anything in Lost Woods, so it feels like a better time investment.
Yeah, I like that, actually, because you're right, it does feel better to go back to Lost Woods if you're like, well, I can also get the grottos. So
the downside
very
is that,
smart of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
the downside is that if there's a check where, you know, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do all. I want to make sure I can come back when I'm going to commit to doing all of them, even though, well, this one check is mostly on the way and it won't actually take me that long. There's swings and roundabouts to each playstyle.
Yes, yes, of course.
Jax is going Shadow too.
Woo!
Long shot and hover boots is enough. Any good TFB player knows the logic requirements for Shadow Trial too. Unfortunately, there's nothing here,
but it was fun.
And
we liked it. It is a fun check, Skyrius, I agree.
10 minutes since our first finisher, and no one else has got over the line yet.
Just crushed it.
Although Mido has not correctly picked that up. Oh, I think he put it in wrong. Whoops.
Yes, he did. I don't know if he could fix that. I should check on that.
That we can. We'll let future baseball worry about that.
Oh, Fennel already said something in the org chat.
Everyone's on top of it.
Yeah, they're awesome. Aw, Fennel. Yay. Cool.
Seeing some more bits and pieces. There's a repeat of the Forest to Courage path, which Hollow knows about.
Yeah, Hollow's like, yeah, I know, I have the long shot. Thank you. Ooh, is Hollow going to Lost Woods?
Pause.
Pause.
So Courage 12 means that there are 12 logically required items that you need to get the Triforce of Courage piece. We believe that will end in the Triforce piece being in Light Trial, but as Baseball Handley puts in chat, there's a command for it which kind of breaks down Triforce bits in a little bit more detail.
Yeah, this is a Triforce Blitz, great game mode, very hint focused, logic focused. But yeah, reading about it is actually really helpful. Ela put that all together. Thank you, Ela. Did BruZZler pick up the strength? I don't know.
He's got the hammer, right?
Yes, he does.
But I was going to say I don't see Silver Gauntlets on the model, but he's Dark Magician Girl, so I don't know whether I would.
So we have no idea, yeah. Well, someone marked it on the tracker now, so I'm gonna go ahead and believe them. Thank you, trackers.
The fact that they are in Fire Temple might lead me to believe that they did not.
Yeah?
Hang on, can we
I don't know.
from the screen? I don't know if we can.
Wait,
Yes, they did.
Silvers! Woo!
Yeah, they've got them. Because they've
Thank you,
definitely not been in
BruZZler.
China yet, because they don't have magic.
Yeah, BruZZler heard us. Was like, I'll just show you. Thank you, Skyrius. Thank you, trackers.
Thank you, 50th Slingshot. Wait, no. Screw you. The Slingshot, I mean.
The, like, pause on pulling the slingshot out on Jack's side was really funny. Sorry, Jax. Not here. Hollow gonna get strength. Getting much stronger right now. Yep.
They've missed the strength in DMC, I think.
Nope. That was Hollow's first strength.
So they've missed the one.
Hollow doesn't have a bottle. At
Oh,
least not that I've seen.
Dampe.
I was praising
So,
Hollow for that earlier. I didn't wanna
Hollow,
say.
Hollow doesn't have a way to get the market strength.
But
Oh my
he's had.
God.
Did he buy the strength hint? Because if he does, then he knows that that is the first logical strength. So we should know that there's an early bottle available somewhere.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think that he would go back to Dampe either way.
I know Hollow has been slightly bemoaning buying some of the hints, particularly because he hates getting Wanderer wallet paths to have to
Oh,
buy
yeah.
goddamn blue fire. He did not put it quite so lightly. I think his language was bluer than said fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully Hollow just stumbles into a bottle somewhere. Where are you going, Spirit? Maybe Spirit has a bottle. I don't know.
Cola did a lot of it, and I don't remember seeing one.
That's true. It's only one is on our note sheet so far, so...
BruZZler picking up a fairy leads me to believe that he might just reset the heat
Ooh.
timer and then go and do Volvagia. Although he's not got the hammer equipped. No, so he can get deeper in fire.
Okay.
With
Uh,
that low
that's-
of hearts, you're gonna need one for the elevator room.
What's Cola doing in Domain? I think he's just looking for info as to
Cola's
where
missing
magic
magic.
I
can
think
be.
so.
So
Yeah. He's looking for magic. I guess assumes that it must be early. And this wasn't hinted foolish. Oh, there's
Yeah, the GTG
copy.
hint.
That's not a great place for Jax. Please just go there anyway, Jax.
You were thinking about it earlier.
I know, and it was a great thought, so...
Yeah, they were going to GTG and then they decided against it, which would have given them the hammer. And they decided against it partly to go and see if they could get that hammer, break down those hammer rocks with the hover by skipping them with the hover boots, but I guess just not confident enough in the execution of that to follow through with it. So they've kind of nice bomb lock bonchies.
Oh, nice big chest in Domain. Okay, Cola.
If this is the other magic, then Cola's giga brained this.
That would just be classic Cola.
Why is it that the
Game
good players always seem to get luckier than me?
I know! That must be the only reason why I can't win.
True. Oh, it's the other
Oh,
one.
okay.
Jax is going to pick up the Hyrule Castle 3 hint.
That's actually really good for Cola. He can get the magic hint with 200 rupees, so that would be really good for him. It's sort of like finding the magic, basically, but with more rupee grinding.
This is why BruZZler picked up that fairy. FW.
Nice.
There was also debate about as to whether we start with FW, and again, it was decided no.
It was voted on.
What was the Hyrule Castle 3 hint? I didn't actually see.
Deku Foolish.
Sad.
Repeat. Yeah.
That's a really good question, Barry. Well, the Triforce Blitz organisers have made the seeds available to async.
Yes. Yes, so if you don't want to race live, you can request to do an async anytime before the live qualifier starts, so you can do Qual 2. That'll open, I think, later today? I should know. I don't. Yeah, so you don't have to perform live in the race time room for that. You will have to perform live, like do live races, if you decide to join the tournament. You don't have to be on Restream necessarily.
No, there are 27, I think, entries into 23 entries into this qualifier. There's 2 more, as we mentioned, but so you don't actually have to be, and a lot of those will not be restreamed. And again, in the tournament, as much as we would love to restream every race, and believe me, I would, because I love TFB, they will, unfortunately, we do not have enough people to do so. So, yeah, the vast majority of races happen with not a lot of people watching, which honestly is great, because God knows I'd be terrified if my races last year were on restream. TSG raided when they'd finished and had to watch me play in like 3 FPS, and it was absolutely mortifying.
Yeah, we had about 16 people do the async, so...
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite a few, which is totally fine. It's great. Happy to have as many people participate as possible. So...
Cola may be heading towards Lost Woods here.
Alright, great. I'm guessing he didn't actually buy the magic hint.
I've not seen them farm repeats for it.
Okay. Yeah, still at 29. Okay.
Can I async this qualifier?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Sorry.
30
I think you
minutes,
probably get
holy
first,
crap, that's like
but-
the best
yeah,
time ever.
I tell you what, I don't think I would get first.
Yeah, Hollow is really hurting for that bottle and really hurting for magic.
Mm-hmm.
He's not coming far away from the bottle. Let's see if he just needs to bite the bullet and say, maybe I shouldn't have skipped Dampe.
He doesn't have magic, just kidding. I know, but will he say that to himself?
No.
No.
I mean, he's more likely to do Dampe than he is collect skulls. Oh, you're right, he got magic.
Yeah.
The bottle, yeah.
Yeah, he just needs the bottle for strength 3.
Jax finally picks up the GTG hint, so they're gonna go back to adult, play Requiem, and then curse the fact they didn't push through the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Krez, you'd think so. And surely you must be right. But where?
Jabu.
Wait. Oh god.
Can you get bottles in Foolish, Jabu? I don't know.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know. I think because it's bottle locked, probably.
Oh, that is true.
But I also don't know. And I'm gonna listen to Shannick. Because Shannick knows best. Oh, we have our second place finisher. Aspic, who I believe is X Space.
Yes.
Finished with a time of 1:22.12.
GG's Aspic. They're a player who only been around for a year and a half, maybe a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly they started playing after I started watching. But TFB was, they played a lot of TFB early because it's a great way of getting a lot of seeds down quickly and not having to kind of slog through seeds for 4 or 5 hours while you still learn the game. because you can just put it down after 2 hours and get on with your day.
Yeah, famously, Race Mod Netharian really started TFB at the very beginning of his racing career. So, yeah, thanks, Nath.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show putting in, like, you do a lot of seeds that even as a newer player you can still, as long as you read the logic right, and playing lots of TFB only helps with that. Yeah, you can get good finishes as we get our 3rd place finisher as well. GG's to
Ooh.
Death King.
Death King 2, 123.57, GG's.
Hollow's going to be not too far away from getting a wallet, which they can use to... what are they looking for again? Oh, you can't buy a bottle hint, it doesn't exist. God, imagine if you could buy a bottle hint in the shop, that'd be good.
I had to tell everybody in the race room about the typo in the score reporting thing. So, we got our 4th place finisher while I was doing that. I don't know if you already said that. Me think so. 125.15. GG's.
So this shows just how much Zinedine absolutely smashed this seed, and B, I think this is probably what you see happen quite a lot, is that people kind of solve the seed in roughly the same amount of time, and there's kind of generally like a limit on how quickly you can get through a seed, even if you had the logic right from the very beginning.
Jax picking up their Triforce of Wisdom.
Interesting that we've not seen either copy of our 3rd unlock hint.
We have 3 unlock hints.
Do we?
Right? Yeah. I don't know where the first one was.
Oh, I missed the hookshot to Din's Fire unlock hint. That'll be why.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Because I was trying to wonder, because even if you've got a long path, you don't necessarily have an unlock hint. Songs can never be the second part of an unlock hint, and yeah, there's not, even if there's a lot of path items, they might not necessarily be locked by other path items. So it is possible to not actually have, for it to be possible to have 3 unlock hints. In which case, you could get echo hints come in. We've not seen them in this race, but we might see them in the other qualifiers. I definitely remember seeing the bomb bag to hookshot hints early. I just missed the fact that we picked up the hookshot to Din's Fire unlock hint. That's my bad.
Yeah, that was in Lost Woods. So anyone who went there saw that.
Cola taking the optimal void out, because you don't need to kill the pose because shortcuts enabled.
Chloe finished in 5th place. GG's Chloe.
Another player who plays a lot of Blitz, and they were a little bit down, I think, coming into this qualifier today, because they've had some seeds where things haven't quite gone their way because they had ideas, and I think they then second-guessed themselves. But just goes to show, kind of, once you've got a good read on things, often, like, trusting your instincts is good, because even if your instincts aren't right, at least you can't say, I wish I trusted my instincts.
Yeah.
And that's the worst feeling, when you know that you actually did read it right, and then you second guessed yourself, and it's like, if only I trusted it. Whereas if you trust it and you're wrong, then at least you can say, I thought I had a good path. That didn't play out, but hey, that's life. 6th place finisher as well. GG top life.
GG's.
Which I must admit is not a name I recognise.
Me neither. But it's really great to see people I don't recognize in this tournament. It makes me happy. You know?
100%.
Yeah. Because I love Triforce Blitz, and so I love when people play it. Ignore Nightbot. Hello, GG's. Welcome. Don't tell us where Courage is. We haven't seen it yet on stream, but GG's. Great finish time. We assume it's in light trial, but, you know. You are mad. Okay.
Let me guess. You thought you had a good read on it, and then you decided, oh, I'm not so sure, and you backed out slightly, and you should have trusted your instincts. Trust your instincts, KLO. They're good.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Schulzer, but still, let's not spoil. Yeah,
Bottle?
there's a bug in the
Bow.
recording thing. It gives you minutes twice, so Fennel is aware, the orgs are aware, we'll fix it later. Yeah.
There's a good spot chat, so there's another bow, which is why they are Wanderer, because you could get one without the other. Here's the hammer for Jax, and they're going to hotfoot it straight back to DMC.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
It does suck that Bolero is on OOT right now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter, but...
Ooh,
oh,
ice
okay.
arrows. Those are helpful.
They do extra damage on Volvagia.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
Hi,
of Volvagia, see you later.
Oh, BruZZler beat Wolf. Cool.
Have we seen the wallet yet? And fire? That's what this could
No.
be.
That sucker's way up there.
Yeah, we only saw the other one. Oh, it's not on the sheet. Sora's Domain.
Lots of stuff in the well. Unfortunately, it's all bait.
Hey!
It's
No!
not.
Found the bottle!
If only that was a big Po bottle. Oh no,
I
it
know,
couldn't
that'd
be.
be so good.
It couldn't be a big Po bottle because then opponents wouldn't be past.
What was that about a wallet on Volvagia? Hey, look, it's a wallet on Volvagia.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Classic.
Well, that is a foolish wallet. So, that makes sense. Thank
Hollow
you.
and Jax now in a race to get that strength 3. Jax will probably get it slightly first, and then into light trial and GG's hopefully.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a close finish between them, which is cool. Ola needs to beat Forest, which will be pretty quick. To get long shot, beat water, get Dins, get magic, go to Shadow, get the strength 3.
Hey look, there's another TSG TFB finisher. GG Norval.
Narvel base! One of our restreamers. GG's Narvel. Wow, Narvel did co-op this morning. Wow. GG's Narvel. It's lots of Zooter. But TFB is great, because it's only 2 hours or less, so.
Unless the seed is mean, in which case no one's got a piece by 2 hours and you just have to slog it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's very rare that happens, actually.
Go Jax!
There's light trial for, well,
Hard.
It's
songs
happening.
are hard. Coda, having done completely all of Forest, is now going to be annoyed that he could have just gone straight down to Phantom Ganon and not only got his dungeon reward, but also got his long shot.
Alright, I'm gonna call the shot here. First on the left.
GG's Floosh. I think it's in the back.
Oh, you think
Like
it's
all the way in the back, like key locked.
oh? So you gotta go find a key first. That's mean.
No, there'll be a key in the back right.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So the keys
gonna go with-
in the trial. It's just
Middle left. That's where it is.
Are we going to do a coordinated yeet that rock?
Absolutely not.
Hyrule Fields got our other magic.
oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Remote Grotto, I guess? Or Tektite Grotto?
Hollow got a bottle and well. There was a wallet on Volvagia. Yeah.
There's a key?
Those are-
2 keys?
Oh, it's in the middle.
No.
Aw, the obvious one? Come on.
Oh, it's in the middle.
Wah.
GG's, Jax. GG's. None of us were right.
KLO, I assume the reason you didn't have a bottle is because you did the same thing that Hollow did, and you Dampe skipped.
Yeah, exactly. Who does Dampe? And I
True.
knew that Hollow was never going to go back for it. So, happened to be that you really needed a bottle, but Hollow about to get it too. What a close finish from these two.
Yeah.
GG's Hollow.
Are we going to get the racers on Restream in for interview?
Oh, I should ask. That's me.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to piece together the path. We've got both hook shots, bombs, hammer. So that's 4. Din's fire is 5. Iron boots is 6.
GG's.
Din's fire is 5. GG's. Iron boots is 6.
GG's.
Oh,
How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about it?
I mean, alright, just annoyed about the GTG hint. Did you see another copy of that anywhere?
Valley.
Valley?
Yeah.
Okay, of course. So the two places
Valley.
you never go, okay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
also I'm gonna learn that trick now.
oh,
Yeah,
I know.
A couple of times you, yeah,
And then just
a couple
try to
of
figure out-
times
give it
you,
a shot, then go look for hints, was my thought.
yeah, fair enough. GG's Hollow.
GG's
Yeah,
Hollow.
fair enough. GG's Hollow.
Bottle.
GG's Hollow.
Dampe, my friend.
Bottle. Yeah.
Dampe, my friend. It literally, one of the
yeah,
first things we saw was when we laughed about the
literally,
ESF, and one of the first things we saw was when we laughed about the ESF. Come up to be relevant later. I hope that doesn't come up to be relevant
Yeah,
later.
I
and
praised
then-
you for skipping. I was like, it's a waste of a minute, and then, of course, it
And then
was.
there were 2 items there,
necessary.
which is a
I
ton
know.
of information. You're never gonna do it again.
Yep.
If it wasn't,
100% do it again, don't care.
with the 12 step, don't bother, man.
Hey, Jax, you want to hear where I got the bottle?
Where'd you get the bottle?
Bottom of the
That's
well.
awesome.
Another bottle.
Nice. Nice.
There's one in Spirit too.
Yeah.
I
wondering.
went up in the spirit and dipped. I literally dipped before it multiple
Yeah.
times then. Cool. So happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely was nice figuring out that Mirror Shield wasn't involved.
Yes.
Yes.
We were briefly worried about that.
I mean,
There's your
particularly
other
started
magic.
seeing when I got the strength in shadow. I'm like, well, I'm glad I have 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
So what do you have for your 12 path for courage?
Hook shot, bombs, hammer, irons, dins, nocturne, ZL, Epona, and then 3 strengths.
Fucking Nocturne. How did we miss Nocturne?
because we don't think about Nocturne being required to get into Shadow.
It's
That's
probably
so
because
funny.
it might be because we literally started with it.
Couldn't be
Right.
hinted, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those starting songs, they get you. I literally was reading the wiki right before this, and it mentioned that. I should have known.
Yeah.
We're idiots. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
Here we go, we figured it out.
It's alright.
Yeah, also the principle, my principle of, well, if I don't know what I'm doing, go to child domain.
And it worked.
It works, yeah. Like, for whatever reason, it works almost all the time.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So you went child domain and got the wallet there?
No, I went child domain and got the hint, because the last thing I needed was GTG courage.
Oh, I got my GTG to Courage in Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, exactly. The two places I never go.
Yeah, Cola went to Domain as well, and we were like, oh, we hope Jax goes there. And I was like, why would Jax go to Domain? But you did.
No, the reason you go to
Jax
Domain
always
is like,
goes domain.
no, I don't always go Domain. This is something where it's kind of my back pocket. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Go to Domain. Because Child Domain is so easy to get into that it's very
Yeah,
easy
and-
for it to not get on path.
And Ferocious
quite
was there too, so woo.
Oh, well, I didn't need it, but would have been nice to have.
But yay.
Yeah, I
There
spent
are...
so much time with Child.
Sorry.
Like out of the hint hunting thing, I spent so little time as Child, which felt pretty good until I got stuck.
Yeah, it's weird to have a seed. Well, it's nice to have a seed where you've got a deep path and literally everything that can be hinted does get hinted. That
Yeah.
always helps.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, that was super pleasant, in that fact.
Which, with a 12, is not always...
Not guaranteed now. Yeah, seeing the Temple of Time to courage hint was the fun one.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
after getting ZL, yeah, we were like,
Yeah, like,
oh.
okay, so I'm gonna go to
Cool.
Forest. I'm gonna go
So
do
long
water.
shot is required. Got it. That's why long shot
Yep.
on the unlock hint makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that caught me out was GTG. Now I'm gonna go learn the trick to go over those boulders. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking like it's easy in regular races to just rush GTG, but in Triforce Blitz it's like, well, you're waiting for a hint for these dungeons, and so it's hard to just stumble into something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. it
I
makes
was
sense.
already headed over there because I was pretty sure the two-step was going to be there, or the second two-step. And
Yeah.
just happened to catch the hint on the way, looking for a bottle or magic or something on the way.
Yeah, I was down to GTG, and I think I was down to like GTG, Deeper in Forest, and the first check in Fire.
Okay.
I did fire. The first check's the key, and then the lava room is 2 keys, so you would have been very unhappy doing that. 'Cause it
Would have been locked
would
out,
have
yeah.
failed.
Provided
Yeah,
you
you-
have the wallet, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
GG's BruZZler
GG
just
BruZZler.
finished.
It was interesting having a seed. Like I think this
What's going
showed
on with Fido?
this showed some of the real strong aspects of TFB in that it's a 12-step, but you could really piece together all of the logic roughly, not necessarily exactly where you expected to find every item, but roughly where you needed to be, what you expected to see. And then 2 twos,
Yep.
which, can be literally anywhere, and one was really straightforward and the other was less so.
Yeah, it was a proper split seed. I
It-
keep on getting seeds where I have one piece of information missing, and I'm like, I've rushed everything. I've all but my last bit. I know what I'm looking for. I just have no idea where to start. And that's kind of the thing that can happen with Triforce Blitz. Again, that's one of the reasons that knowing where your extra hints are is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would never go for the Medigore. Rarely go for the Medigore hint. Never go for the hint up in DMC, but those are often very powerful.
And you even
Yeah.
gave us
Hyrule 3.
Hyrule 3.
I
Oh,
didn't
wow,
do Hyrule
jeez.
2. It doesn't make sense to do unless you have swarms before you do Hyrule 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's super niche, but it was fun to see it regardless.
Yeah, I was trying to hunt down my last path, and
Cola's gonna get Din's Fire. He'll go straight to Shadow, presumably.
Hopefully. No
wow,
magic.
that's not long
He
to-
doesn't have magic. He
He
might.
has the wallet
Did we?
though,
Yeah, he'll farm for the wallet
for the
hint, I
hint.
guess.
and then get the one that I guess BruZZler did.
Yeah, where was the other magic then?
It's on the field, Scrub.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I got mine in Lost Woods. Yeah.
GG,
I got
BruZZler.
GG, brother.
GG's.
So where was the second magic? Was there a second magic somewhere?
Yeah.
Lost Woods Scrub. Grotto.
Yeah. It would be easier.
Yeah, I mean luckily you found that wallet, so it worked out.
I lost so much time in trial.
Yeah.
What this does show is precisely why the shop hints were created. because you're looking for one item. It's not on the path, so it's not going to be hinted. But
Yeah.
thankfully, you can just go and buy the hint, so you're not feeling like a complete fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice with the bow because once I saw that, I was looking at Colossus because I was almost thinking it was going to be Sarias out there.
Yeah, we did too.
Same.
And so I was like, okay, I need a bow. Oh, hey, look, I've got 15 more rupees here. Let's just take care of that.
Good point. Bottle hint when.
Yeah, bottle and
Bottle
seeds
and
are both burnt
We
us
literally said that.
in seeds already.
I'll bring it up to Iwa.
Right,
See, the thing
It
is,
won't change anything.
you don't need two
So-
strength hints. Get rid of one and
Did,
put a bottle hint in.
did anyone find Rudos? Because it has to be available somewhere to make it so we have Wanderer access to Forest. But it's got to be
We
bomb
never
block
saw
and
it.
bombs for one shot.
Yeah, Shoals are
Child
good. This is
City.
Child
Let's go in
Yeah.
city, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that tripped us up for a while. With getting access to GTG without it adding to the count. So yeah, it's a long shot for it to be available. It was a mess on comms.
Okay,
so.
also just to point this out, Team TFB came within 30 seconds of each other.
I know, that was so
That's
fun.
good.
I was so excited. I mentioned your team TFB, don't worry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I'll
both
have to be
magic
playing
arms
at least one more qual because I want to do better than this, because I can do better than this, but... No, it was a TFB seed.
It was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for anyone interested, the quals are same time next Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, same time, and you can async if you can't make this time. So, for anybody who's interested.
Yeah, it was easy to pick up Lost Woods actually on the way to Forest.
Yeah, I think that's when our two runners who found that magic got it.
Yeah, that's what I just was bombing everything I could on my way up to Forest, so...
I just checked the generic rotor for the inn and was like, come on, I have so many open paths. I need to speed up a little bit. I did a lot in the early game.
Yeah.
So yeah, early game didn't pay out and mid game skipped magic. And then fire was so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
Just
real
go
bad.
all Marcher and save 20
It's
minutes.
especially bad for me hunting for a hint because I knew I had a bunch of... I know this is a path, but I haven't got a hint for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, extra bad hunting for a path.
Oh well, whatever. 3 from 3.
So, do you guys like the Season 3 settings in general?
For the most part, yeah. I think the
Overall,
shop hints
yeah.
are a little bit overvalued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trap hints are great for, like, again, the exact case that we use them for. Like, okay, we know what we're doing. We need something as a Wanderer. Please just tell us where it is so we can get on with our lives. Because I
just
know,
don't
like,
if
if you
the
don't
wallet
trip
is
out, I would have
blocked.
been... Yeah, like, I probably would have found the bow relatively fast because go looking for hints, and I hadn't done rivers, so that's just, like, hint bomb right there. But, I mean, the magic, like, I think people would just, like, never get the magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
walked right past it twice.
Yeah, it was
And-
just... It's brutal when you get that wallet hint, though. When it's like, oh, it's foolish and fire. You're like, well, I wanted it to get my magic hint.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, I love that.
Yeah, that was very sad,
Foolish
actually.
and Forest when you want to get your hookshot hints, my favorite.
Yep. Yeah, what's the other thing that I was gonna say? This C did not show this off for anyone who was in chat. But we have what's called echo hints, which is if you have if you don't have all of your 10 hintable path items, you'll echo that, basically repeat the hint. And I kind of am having a hard time keeping track of them. Just like counting them. That's the one. Because I don't necessarily think they're bad. I just have a hard time counting. I do a little bit miss the sometimes hints, because the sometimes hints are fun, because then you would know the moment you saw one, you knew you had to just go crazy.
The nice thing about sometimes hint was you could get the very, very, very edge cases where they say that the final chest of Ice Cavern has the Triforce of Courage.
which is
Oh,
very
that's
funny.
really fun. Yeah.
That happened like once. It was very funny.
Colossus's left hand has a Triforce piece.
Mhm.
That's a classic.
Thanks. I'll
Yeah.
head straight there.
Yeah, the echo hints would have been helpful today. Obviously, we had too many paths for it to work, but just having an extra copy of that GTG
Mhm.
would have been nice. Yeah, but of course with the 12 count, wasn't likely going to happen.
Yeah.
Kyla's going to be able to pick up strength 3 in a second, so they should get the finish in under the time limit.
Good.
Yep. Yeah,
The
just
good part is
quickly.
everything was hinted in the seed, right? I mean, we had
Yep.
Lullaby and Nocturne.
Yep.
11 and 12.
Which we forgot about on comms, by the way. So, Nocturne did not exist.
Even TFB veterans such as us can have these oversights.
Yes, veterans.
Hey, I won a game in last year's tournament. Thanks,
Entire
I
game.
appreciate it. Here's strength 3. Bosh.
Nice.
So funny seeing a Kong in this cutscene. Peak gaming. I had something else and I saw a monkey and it completely disappeared from my brain. Are you planning on playing the other? Are any of you planning on playing the other qualifiers, or are you like, no, I've done it now, I can have a break?
Nope, playing them all.
Nice.
I think I will try more. I'm not really happy with this placement.
Yeah, I think I can do better, so I probably will go for it. But again, I also just like it. This is my favorite mode because it goes deep into the logic, which I like. You do have to. It does not take away from execution. You have to be able to execute very consistently and precisely to be able to keep up because it's such a fast setting. Oh yeah, and it's done after 2 hours, so you know how
That's
long
my
you're
favorite
putting
part.
into it.
I can plan my day around it.
Exactly.
As a volunteer, I love it. 2 hours, I'm done. I can be like, okay, I'll start this thing after 2 o'clock or whatever.
It's lovely for restreams.
Yeah, puts
Really
diaries onto restream.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great for restreams and great for just general.
Chichi Cola.
GG to Cola.
GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that TFB is not a setting for everyone, but I love it. I think
For
it.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, setting for me as well. I volunteered for a co-op race, and I was like, not happy with the co-op settings because it's not as fun with the logic, at least from a volunteer standpoint. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
happy that
Yeah,
Triforce
co-op
Blitz is back.
is more. Co-op is much more emphasizes routing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is still very interesting in its own way, but it's more like. Do you like thinking through the traveling salesman problem a lot?
Yeah.
What's the traveling salesman problem?
So the traveling salesman problem is a math thing where the idea is that you have a certain number of locations you have to travel to, and you're trying to optimize the routes between them. And
Right.
it turns out that's actually defined something called P versus NP complete in math, and basically, it's very difficult to solve NP complete problems. Yeah, it's a really hard problem to solve by a computer, so it's interesting that we do it for fun. Hi,
True.
Noah.
Yo.
How did you find it?
GG's.
Oh, could have done
GG's.
better for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the general vibe I'm getting from this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we kind of have a high standards for ourselves, but also like it just sucks when it's
True.
like one piece of info that's kicking your butt.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the forest path being up the river is kind of unfortunate because I went to river to get the bow, but I didn't go up there to get the hints anymore because I thought the piece was going to be in GTG, the 12th path piece. I was
Yeah.
thinking that it's just GTG logic, like key logic, because it had all the check marks basically checked for me.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Before we realized that it was strength 3, we too were like, okay, it's probably strength 2 locked somewhere, like Spirit or GTG. So
I think
Yeah.
the moment I saw the second strength, I knew that the thing I couldn't get to in DMC was the third strength. Just like nothing else made sense.
Yeah.
yeah, we went through like all the options of like, what is in there? And
The
yeah, it had
only
to be
thing
strength.
I'm really regretting doing is Spirit Temple, to be honest. That one was kind of unnecessary. But I don't know, I'm not gonna go to Forest Temple to just beat it out of logic without having the song. That I just don't do that.
Yeah, that long shot on PG was kind of a rude placement.
Yeah, as well as like I get the forest path, but then I do the rest of forest before doing Phantom
Yeah.
Moon.
Yeah.
Temple of Time was also hinted.
Yeah, I know that Temple of Time was hinted, but I thought it was just gonna be the song ZL, right? Or is that not a thing in the settings
CL
that
is
ZL is hinted?
not hintable.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, now you know.
Well, cool.
I was a little worried now.
It's different
Because
between the
you definitely
settings
rush
every
the
time.
forest and the water clear with the Temple of Time and Lullaby can't be it.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Well, it is how it is.
Are you going to do any of the other qualifiers?
Yeah, probably gonna do the other ones as well. Might
I
as well.
think maybe more than some of the other settings, because this one is often like so logic heavy that it feels like sometimes, like when you miss things, that you feel like perhaps, oh, I should have spotted this, that it has that extra, if I could play this again, I could easily shave this down, more than perhaps some of the others where you're not necessarily given as much direction.
Yeah, you definitely could shave this down a lot. I can see how people got the time that they got, but it means they just went out of logic to beat Forest, which I just don't agree with.
Yeah, I went out of logic to beat Forest because I had the Temple of Time hint very early.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to do Forest and Water, so there was no point being precious about it.
If you know about the Temple of Time hint and then actually look at your medallions before beating Water, then that makes sense. Because I never actually looked at my medallions. I didn't even know what I was beating Water for.
Honestly, this is my one complaint, quote unquote, with the season 3 settings. I find it very difficult to read the in-menu rewards. Like, I find it so hard to read fast. So
You can press C down and it's
yeah,
actually
I know that.
Yeah.
I still find it really hard to read fast because all the information is in the same place, as opposed to in one block at a time.
Yeah, I must admit, I miss actually getting them on the pedestal. I know why they're not there, but it also gave me half a minute to settle into the scene and write everything down.
The other thing is that the plus side of that, though, is that I pretty much only check the medallions when they become relevant. So I knew, oh, Temple of Time path. Okay, what's my Shadow and Spirit? Great, awesome, done. Because most of the time it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just didn't feel it would matter, so I didn't check it, but apparently it mattered quite a bit here.
Cool. And if anyone else has any further questions, then we might be good to wrap it up.
Sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Skyrius,
guess
you can take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Baseball. Okay, so anyways, thank you all for making this restream possible. Got our whole crew. Let me see. Yeah, those are the comments. We got Baseball.
Well, I'll shout out the volunteers. Thanks everyone for being here today. Thanks chat for helping us with keeping track of everything. And of course, Thank you to my fellow commentators, Benjy, NewITGuy. Thank you to our wonderful runners on Restream today, BruZZler, Cola, Hollow, and Jax. Thank you so much. And our wonderful, wonderful trackers, Skyrius, Bronze Noob, Shannick, and Blue Roses. Thank you. You are the real heroes. Without that note sheet, I would be dead in the water. So
Yes,
thanks.
especially for TFB.
Yes. Yes.
Good note taking is so crucial. Scarius, of course, doubled as the restreamer as well. Thanks everyone. I believe we're streaming the next qualifier same time, same place next week.
Yep.
That is
Same exact time.
And there's also co-op coming up in the meantime, as well as co-op season 3 continues at a breakneck pace as well. So there's so much good Zoota stuff to watch. Icon words.
Co-op tomorrow at time 8 a.m. Pacific. So 11 a.m. Eastern. There you go. Join us for co-op tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, actually, I was muted, so sorry about that. Thank you for doing the outro base.